Hi there, and welcome back to Chapter 5, Lecture number 19. We continue to work on the plaster because we did some great work on the sides by adding wooden plank, a transparent plank, what makes a transition. And I also added the plank on the other side. And now it's time to focus on more quality on the plaster, because right now it's a very simple material. Go to the node editor, and this is what we have right now. So we have the principled shader and a mix of the planks. So I'm going to make it more advanced looking, and that is by mixing it with another plaster and a brick texture. So two more mixing, and that's going to be very cool. So duplicate it, shift right mouse button, and whoa. To select the node, Alt right, and make this mix node. It's possible because of the node wrangler. And we select the plaster, and it's stored right there. It's one of my favorites. It's a rough looking plaster texture, can create really cool effects. So it's now blending, and what I want to do is make a nice looking mix. So go to Add, Converter, Color Ramp, Add, Texture, Noise Texture, and put them all together and start mixing. Okay, well, decrease the size to 3 and go for more detail, like 12, it's more spreading. I don't want a lot of plaster to be visible. This seems to do a great thing, yeah. So we have some nice plaster around this window. But I think we need to do something with the size, because now the plaster is really big, and I want to make it smaller. So what we do is go to Vector Mapping, add Input Texture Coordinates, and use the UV and put this into the vector and use a scale of 1.5. So we can scale individual textures by giving this information, and you can see it's now smaller. And that feels better. So I think we need to keep it like this. Maybe later we still tweak it. Right, we go to Add Vector Bump. We use this color ramp info in the heat and put this normal into the normal of the principle. Now we get a rough effect, but in my opinion a bit too strong, so decrease this a little bit and invert it. And by inverting, you just swap the way the normal is facing. Okay, and I want to mix this with another texture, so let's make a bit more space. So duplicate the texture, and the red brick we're using on top, I want to put it on some places on this texture. Red brick, select it, and we need a new mix, and put this right there. Yeah, copy the color ramp and use some different values. Let's go for 4. 4 has more spread and noise, and well, just put this in because I can slide the slider without seeing, but that's ridiculous. Okay, this is way too much, so put this more that way. So I want it just a little bit to be visible. I really like this spot, so like there's plaster, all the plaster and the bricks right there. So let's try this. Okay, and same for the bricks. If we look at these are way smaller than these ones. So what if we put this normal into the brick? It's much better. Good. And I like to combine these two color ramps together. So Shift D, putting it right there. Okay, now it gets a little bit meshy. But what I want to achieve is grabbing this output, putting it right there, and use an add for the right mixing. Yes. So now it's mixing the plaster with the brick, and maybe use the increase the strength. Doesn't really do anything. That's it does something. Go for 0.9. Okay, so yeah, we have some really nice plaster mix, and yeah, it's exactly what we wanted, and we have it automatically on the rear and the right side. And I like the idea of just have a sort of a procedural way, and it's having its own life. So it has a sort of a history. So we have bricks, and we have the old plaster and sort of new plaster. They're all mixing in each other. And you can still fine tune it if you like. You now have these sliders and to something you prefer, but don't go too wild with it. It's a very precise job. Okay, you see you can have more bump and less by sliding it. But it's good to take your time and find the right values that fits your taste. Good, so this is the end of this lecture. In the next one we continue with the material and adding some leaking effects and also focusing on the holes there. Good, see you in the next lecture, bye bye.